It's the hard conversations we all need, but nobody wants to have. You're listening to The Huddle.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday.
Oh, we really started.
We have.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We are officially starting.
Okay.
Are you okay?
I'm good.
Listen.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great.
I feel relieved.
You feel good?
I feel really good. I don't know why this is shifting. Something is shifting in our sound, guys.
Oh, that might be just it's like a shift in the atmosphere.
Yeah. I think it's
It's
really
a shift in the
headphone
cord. It's the
It's the headphone
that.
jack. That's fine.
Okay.
Anyway, welcome back to the Huddle, guys. We're super excited that you're joining us today. Happy Friday. Of course, as always, turn us up. We would like your boss to participate in the conversation. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, welcome back. You can already see who's here. I'm pretty sure you guys have already heard who's here through speaking. Many of you guys have asked, is Pastor Cole going to be on the show more? Honestly, I don't know. He has the luxury of just showing up when he wants.
I won't do that though. I won't do it like that. I'll always make sure that we coordinate before. But I'm enjoying it.
You cool. You should stay on. He really wants to. He's just acting like he doesn't.
No, it's been good.
Don't get the more composed version. Yeah. But I do want to say thank you for coming back. Let's go ahead and state the obvious. Last weekend, wow, God is good.
He is.
God is amazing.
He is.
God is amazing. The community is amazing. I want to say thank you guys so much for coming out to support the God of Miracles. It is cool to know that after, 3 years, that this story is still a blessing to people and that they're still willing to come out and worship with us as we tell the story. So, I'm just super grateful. I want to say thank you to you, to Beulah First Baptist for the amazing hospitality. It was such an amazing time.
Man, to KOC, to the entirety of the cast, the behind the scenes, from setup to tear down, and especially to the performance. Y'all were amazing, not
Thank
just
you.
because of the production and the illustrated sermon, but man, to see the breakthrough, the chains that were broken in people's lives, like hearing the testimonies that I know you probably have gotten some, I've gotten some, even from members of my own church who participated in other churches. And it was just amazing to be able to see people come together and truly do kingdom work.
Yeah.
As you talk about tearing down the walls of separation, man, y'all did that.
Yeah.
And we're glad that we could just be a part in that collaboration. So thank you for that.
No, of course. That was certainly a great time that I think we will always reference for years to come. I want to break this down.
Wait before. So those who are listening, the ones who are watching on YouTube, you'll see this. But for those who are listening, I brought a gift for LA. I want to let you in on the inside joke. So during the week, LA was using what's called now our office at the church.
I was hoping you did that right.
And everything that there's a candy jar that's usually in my office.
Yeah.
And it's loaded with Sour Patch Kids.
Yes.
And somehow, some way, they ended up empty after Tech Week. So what I brought, I want y'all to hear this.
Were they empty though?
They were empty because LA had taken them all. So if y'all want to sponsor us, this is great. But Sour Patch Kids, here's for LA. I want to gift you with this so you can remember this collaboration that we've had together. Here's the watermelon version, the fruit punch version, and then the whatever that last one is. But here,
this is a blessing.
Yeah, I want you to
blessing.
always remember your time in that office, so you can.
I will. I will.
Yeah, so
I want to say thank you for the Sour Patches. This is actually funny because we've done a few things, and they asked for a writer, and this legit is in.
Really?
Yes.
Sour Patch Kids?
Yes.
Awesome.
It's in my
See,
writing.
I felt it in my spirit.
So it's pretty funny. I don't have much in my writing.
If I be the man of God.
But this is
you
one
go.
of the things. So thank you so much. It was definitely a time. Like I first of all, I guess we used to do this segment called Hear Me Out. Do you have something to say?
Hear me out. I'm gonna let you start. You start. Go ahead.
Okay. What do I want? Let me see. I don't.
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Hear me out.
Let me
we
give
had a
you,
conversation
Let me give you
about
your
this.
music. Go ahead.
You really do have music.
Go ahead. It's your time.
Okay, listeners, those who are viewing, hear me out. If you're in the grocery store and you have a cart, the aisles are wide enough so that you don't have to park your cart in the middle of the aisle.
Yeah.
and then look at one side of the aisle that you knew all along you were just going to look at that one side, but you're parked in the middle of the aisle and nobody can get around you. You try to speak, you're having conversations, whatever it may be. It's just like the highway. Hear me out. Pull over to the side of the aisle that you're shopping from. I'm talking to you people in Publix. You're the main perpetrators. So, hear me out. That's my hear me out. I don't know if that's about.
I have one. Now that you've talked,
Okay.
said that.
Mm-hmm.
What was your last?
It's
really bothering you.
It does.
I can see he's really.
I was in a rush to get somewhere and needed to find something on the aisle, and I tried to get around this person.
And they wouldn't move.
They couldn't. They had the whole aisle blocked.
That's very frustrating. I can sympathize with that.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. I He's so passionate.
I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Okay.
It's not like it happened yesterday.
I have a ministry. Hear me out.
Oh, you're so saved.
No, it's legit. It's a legit complaint.
I'm listening.
Why do y'all think that because we're the men's ministry, we want to do stuff early in the morning at the crack of dawn? Like, why is it always men's ministry, 6 a.m., 7 a.m.? Who told y'all that we wanted to get up early and go sit in the fellowship hall or go outside and do anything?
Or the breakfast is
The
always
breakfast is
6.
I don't want your scrambled eggs.
6.
I have that at the house.
Right.
And why is it so early? The women get to do stuff in the afternoon. They get better food.
1 o'clock.
They get better activities.
Yes.
I don't want to build anything.
And then you got to cook it too, right?
Yes.
So there you therefore, if it's at 6 a.m., that really means
4:30.
somebody is up at 4:30
Yes.
doing all this.
Yes.
And then you doing the
Yes.
breakfast. You know what you got to do? You got to go to the grocery store. So when you at the
In front of the
grocery
person
store,
with the slow cart.
with a slow cart in front.
That is true. Can we bring you're a pastor, can you initiate this? If I feel like if BFB does it first,
And we do what?
it's gonna spread.
We haven't had a men's ministry.
Good.
At the last men's ministry we had Brothers United in Christ. We had a Super Bowl party.
Yes.
And that was in the afternoon.
In the
evening.
afternoon.
Yes. And then we had something at the golf course when we had wings and stuff for the NBA championship, one of the games.
Okay.
Definitely was not in the morning.
I don't know what this morning ministry thing is.
Yeah.
It's got to stop.
I can't make any promises.
It's got to stop.
I can make a promise that if I'm attending,
It's got to stop.
breakfast can be at 9.
No.
Breakfast can be at 9.
Why do we have to have breakfast?
Okay, so for those, just because LA, I call him Tommy because he really doesn't work. If he doesn't get up till 11, that's when he has breakfast. Some of us that do work,
No.
hear me out. We want to have breakfast at a decent time in the morning. Okay, 6 might be too early.
6? Okay.
You getting close to brunch.
Yes. I'm a morning person at my house. I am. I'm a morning person. Everybody that knows me should know I'm up at 5 most days. However, to be up in your house and up in somewhere else is different. That's different.
It's very much different.
I had a friend invite me to their men's thing at 6:30 in the morning. I was like, have you lost your mind?
You were up at 5 though.
At my house. And God is there at my house.
He's there at where you're meeting him at 6:30.
Right, but I just saw him at the house. So I don't have to go see him at the church.
And
at
he'll
that
get in the
time.
car with you and get there, and you be there. He'll get you there safely at 6:30.
Like, for those of you who are getting ready for sunrise service,
So at this time, so when this airs,
it'll be Good Friday.
It'll be on Good Friday. So I will be having. Oh, shout out to there will be a sunrise service at 6 o'clock at the Landing.
See?
The Greater Fort Walton Beach Ministerial Alliance is going to be hosting one. That is a network of a number of pastors throughout the area. So if you are looking for a sunrise service, if your church doesn't do one, please come out to Landing.
Whether that's the Landing in Fort Walton Beach,
Yep. Landing in Fort Walton Beach.
6 a.m.
Yep. And we're not having breakfast afterwards at 6 at Beulah because I'm not getting up that early.
No,
Not for breakfast.
no. Well,
8 o'clock, 9 o'clock are good.
Well, you know what? Now that y'all heard our pet peeves,
Oh, yeah.
God bless you guys. You can judge me if you want, but I
I'm
know
not
y'all
judging.
listen.
I am not
Y'all don't want to
judging.
be there at 6 a.m.
We
for
should just do
no
brunch.
men's ministry.
We should just do brunch.
To go in there and talk about, well, man, like, I don't want to talk to you. 6 o'clock in the morning.
Moving on.
Yes.
We need to move on.
So, anyway, I want to say thank you again to this week. I want to break the week down for just like 10,
Go ahead.
maybe 5 minutes. This was such a, I guess we'll mention that our topic is talking about being as they went healing along the way, right?
Yep.
There are some things that you get healed from as you go, as you proceed forward into the things of God, into life. I think you don't even really realize, for example, relationship. You don't realize how much hurt or baggage you have until you get into a healthy one. And it's as you're going through that you're being healed. Same in ministry, as you're going through, you're being healed. Yeah. I've been very blessed. Y'all know KOC. The people that make up the body of this ministry, most of us go to church, but a lot of us don't. Some because of church hurt, some because it's new, regardless of the case. And I've always been very protective of that.
As you should.
Yeah. And so for us to go into BFB this past weekend was absolutely huge. And it was super cool to just watch people who, that was probably the most time they've spent inside of a church outside of coming here for rehearsals.
Yeah.
It was really cool watching people engage in that culture who had been hurt before, who are like running into healing. I had questions like, so what is a deacon? Stuff that we know.
Yeah.
But it's not common.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
What I loved about it, man, through that whole week, having been there, seeing from the setup to the teardown, seeing that from different races, different genders, different walks of life, different stages in life, all ages, coming together, and then seeing that encouragement throughout that time, from the build up all the way to tear down, and then to hear some of the people talk about the testimonies. And you said something that was very interesting that I saw, because I deal with it at our church too, as we had new members and things come. A lot of people that you had in that service, they might not have never been in church. Some of them were in church doing the production, doing the illustrated sermon, being healed while doing it from church hurt.
Yeah.
And to see it happen in a church as the message is going forward, and seeing people at the altar call and being delivered afterwards, or even being delivered in their singing or in their production, in their lines, that is powerful.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely, even for me, I was like, wow, it was really cool. This is what I was going to say, because, we don't really talk about what we're going to talk about before we record.
Yeah.
So I know that's a new rule. He's like, why? Why not? But I think what was the cool part was watching us be able to heal each other in that process. Because as close as we are, I think this was the first time that our ministries collaborated. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we've worked together individually a million times.
Yeah.
And we've helped each other with each other's ministry a million times. But this is the first time that my camp and your camp were together.
All together. Yeah.
And so there is this
we talked about it on stage last week. Are we going to trust that this is going to happen? It's going to work out right?
Exactly. It's a different level of trusting each other. And from the moment I hit the door, Pastor Cole so graciously prayed for me. And we both were sitting there so this is it?
So quick story. Yesterday, he was coming back by the church, and we were standing in the sanctuary and looking over. It's like, wow. This really just, as we overlooking from the balcony or from the baptism area, is who would have thought? Because we hadn't met at my installation from a different view, and now it's who would have thought we're here now?
Exactly.
And through those 2 years or even longer, 2.5 years almost of friendship and now brotherhood, being there through the healing process of different things, as I've gone through ministry as a pastor, as you've done other productions and done other things. Yeah. It all culminated. Yeah. And the beauty of it all was when it was all said and done, God got glory. Yeah. And a lot of times when we were encouraging each other, it wasn't in front of everybody. No. It was behind the scenes. And you saw that with other people in your production. Yeah. Yeah. I forgot who said it. It's sometimes the healing doesn't happen at the altar. It happens in the hallway.
That's so true. Oh, that is so good.
Yes. It doesn't happen in the altar. It happens in the hallway.
Yes.
We get so caught up on which it is needed, because the altar call was so powerful that night, especially on the second night.
It was.
But what is even more powerful is when it extends beyond that.
Yeah.
The altar can be anywhere. Mm-hmm. So it don't just happen in the altar in front of people. The healing along the way happens in the hallways with people.
Yeah.
It happens in the phone calls you get afterwards.
Yeah.
It happens in those relationships you build that, hey, I didn't see you at church today, or I didn't see you at rehearsal, or I didn't see you, like, I can see something different about you.
Yeah.
That don't just happen in front.
It doesn't.
These things lead, these collaborations, these walks of life together leads to deeper relationships that we need to have that healing to fulfill the purpose God has for us.
Yeah.
So.
And one of the things that's so cool is like the way God designs unity to be. Like, for example, we, for years, you know, we've been in the theater downtown, and so we're used to covering ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, we bring our own trash bags, our own waters, blah, 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 blah. And that's cool and all, but then when that season ends and God forces you to be even more like vulnerable with somebody else, like, hey, this is a need that we have that we can't do it by ourselves. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, shout out Miss Kennedy, who jumped in and was like, I can help with the paper and stuff, and she like
Jean
took
Kennedy,
it and
she is
ran
amazing.
with it. Like, she ran with this thing, right? Yeah. And it was super cool because it was like there's no way we would have finished all that by ourselves. Like, we had more stage to cover. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like, even like you, it would warm my heart. Something you told me about the chairman of our trustees, Mike Belton. Like,
yes.
To make y'all feel welcome, right? Yes. Like, y'all were getting ready for setup, and he's brought a tray of water.
Just a tray of water. Put a lump in my throat. A tray of water. Because normally if we had water. Well, no, it's just like if we had water, it was because we went and brought it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was because we did it. It was like that thing that like, oh, we have this, but we aren't the ones that did it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so what you saw was like the more that we showed up every day, the more people were vulnerable. Like, hey, this is something we need. I mean, even Ron up there with the sound people, like, oh, I'll show you how to
Shout
fix
out Ron,
this.
you did a great job.
Yeah. Or like Quinn and Miss Kennedy are the best of friends.
I was going to talk like the relationships that built between KOC and Beulah. And I know it happened with other churches too, but like, Quinn, you could build Brook City School, the City of Hope. You can build that in a week. I truly believe it. I really do. Quinn, you started construction company.
Shout out, man.
But he's already they're already coordinating and collaborating on future stuff.
Yeah, he's going back to build a base for the cross.
Yes. That's,
for Easter.
For Good Friday.
For Good Friday.
The day this is showing, something that two people that met during KOC's God of Miracles is going to put something together for tonight.
Yeah. So, the cross in the lobby, wherever they put it.
I don't know where you're going to put it.
Me either. We both have the same thing when it comes to people building things. Like, I don't know. I don't understand these things. Yeah. But it was just really, really cool to see that and just the healing that it took. And it really takes vulnerability. And I think that like as you go after the things, your healing is going to come through I just feel like however much you're willing to be vulnerable is however much you're going to be healed. Like to the extent of your vulnerability will be the extent of your healing. Because we could always show up and be this organization who act like we have it all together. Like, we don't need anything. But like the truth is, we actually need stuff. You know, you actually need things, and we all work together. Yeah. And then even the other houses that participated and came in, it was just like this safe haven for like conversation and stuff.
So, LA, we talk about this on the ministry level, right? From KOC and then BFB. Yeah. We do that in life. Yeah. We often try to carry and do the things by ourselves, and we're carrying burdens and pains that we were never intended to carry by ourselves or carry at all. Yeah. And sometimes when you are making yourself, as you were saying, making yourself vulnerable is the only way you're going to let yourself be healed.
That's true.
And to let someone in, to trust someone enough to be vulnerable with them so that you can take a step forward. I'll give a testimony real quick. Don't play the music. No, this is not testimony time.
No, it's not that kind.
No, it's not that testimony. So yesterday, well, as we're filming this, yesterday was my my father's anniversary. It was his heavenly birthday, and we were talking about we were supposed to been shooting this yesterday. Just to be honest, we were supposed to be shooting yesterday. Yeah. LA was tired. I was tired. There's a lot of things going on, so we didn't. But LA graciously asked us, said, "Hey, you want to go to lunch?" So we met up for lunch. And as we were meeting for lunch, I don't know what you saw, but he was like, "Hey, do you want to go? Do you want to leave?" Yeah. Because it was a vulnerable moment for me because I started getting overwhelmed about memories of my father, and for you to just to see that, And for me to say, no, I'm good, but then like, hey, let's go. We just went walking, went to go check out the landing. But just for that brief moment, not knowing that I could easily like just say, hey, yeah, let's leave, go home. I want to go home. I'm good. But trying to still get healing from having lost a father.
Yeah.
And now trying to be a father.
Yeah.
To keep moving, but then have somebody with you.
Yeah.
Even if the few hours we were together yesterday, laughing, joking, and then reminiscing on the performance, helped me heal in some way.
Yeah.
To keep moving along the way.
Yeah.
So I want to say thank you for that.
Of course.
So we need to do that in life, not just in ministry.
Of course. No, that's a very it's a very necessary thing. I had a conversation with one of the worship leaders that sung for the production, and they told me that like one of the songs that they actually was led at their brother's funeral, and they were, I guess, not necessarily fond of that song. And then when it was assigned to them for this production, they were like, okay, God's about to deal with this. And they were explaining how like it gave them a new meaning watching Jesus hang on the cross and singing that song versus like what it meant to them when they were at this funeral singing. And it really just touched my heart because like here I am, you know, when you're doing stuff like this and you're leading stuff like this, you are aware that God is using it for sure, but you just don't know how. You really don't know what people are going through and what those moments mean to them.
Yeah.
Until they tell you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like for me being there, like I said, me going to BFB and us working together, that's easy. That's become common now.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the faith that it takes to leave the room while it's happening. You know what I'm saying? Because like we can, it's one thing to like bring your camp and our camp together and we're there. It's another thing to leave our camps by themselves. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, I hope everything, like for you, it's like, I hope these people don't tear up this church. Like,
listen,
Lord
the
Jesus,
whole time.
Like,
no, not the
like,
whole time.
I love them so much that I don't want this to be like, now you owe us a deposit on X, Y, Z, you know.
Section 3, paragraph 21.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, it's scary. Like, dang, what the heck?
No, but it was good seeing it. Yeah, and it goes back to that trust piece because as you started seeing, and this is a testament to the entirety of KOC. Y'all operate in the spirit of excellence, and in something that should be modeled at other churches. You would hope, like to see from the setup to the production to the rehearsals. Can we talk about the teardown?
Yes.
Like, oh my God, like somebody said to you, like, they really thought y'all had people in the floor that just came up.
Somebody said, I think there's people in the floor that just come out.
Yeah, I literally just gave the benediction. Depart with and in peace, be a blessing, receive a blessing. Hey, we'll see y'all next time. Have a blessed night. I literally heard drills going.
Yeah.
I saw people from the entirety of the cast working to tear down and then turn out church. So we had Palm Sunday service the next day. Like to the point where there were ministry leaders from my church. One of my chairman of my diaconate, he was like, this is what it's supposed to look like. Yeah. When you have everybody helping each other in their own place, doing their own thing, and nobody was above or beneath. Some people were picking up trash, somebody was vacuuming, somebody was checking out the bathrooms, and it was like that, like y'all had it done. But that's a testament to what y'all are building in KOC from a variety of people in the background.
Yeah. No, it's a blessing. I mean, even just the love and the support. One of my favorite memories of this whole week was my favorite, Miss Broadnax. Is that how I'm pronouncing it? Yes. So we were doing like a sound check, and they were playing Lecrae, and she comes out the back room. They were having a meeting, her and a group of ladies, and they just start dancing. Yeah. But it was like such a joyful dance, and I was like, "Oh, Miss Broadnax, you like Lecrae?" She's like, "No, but I like this beat." Like she was like.
Mr. Broadnax, we love you. Like, yes, we love you.
Absolutely. She was getting it. And I'm like, what? It was just so cool. I felt like this week everybody got a chance to unleash their inner child. Yes. And it was like so much healing happening in the room that you wanted to be a part of it. Like I found myself going home to go to sleep, rushing back to the church. Like, oh man, I can't wait to be up there. You know, just because people were able to dream again. People were able to just laugh. For a week, it felt like the problems that we had didn't really matter.
Kept going.
Yeah, it was
saw
like
at the end was like there was something that was going to be on the other side.
It was just like, you know, if we're all here together, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
like we'll get through it. Yeah.
So
we all got
that was
problems.
really cool.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
And then there's the letdown. Like we did it. We had a great service on Sunday. Then like people come in like, oh,
Yeah, it's over.
it's all gone.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I came in on Monday. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
they're not here. Quinn's not here.
I know. I went
Like
yesterday.
Jesus is not here. Where's Matt?
Exactly. Well, yesterday when we were there and I went to grab the ladder,
Yeah.
out of habit, I almost walked to the sanctuary.
Yeah, he did. Like he was about to go do something.
I was about to go do something.
Yeah.
And Jerusalem was gone.
all of it. The
Literally
tomb,
gone.
everything's gone.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. Even our worship team. Shout out to Jeremiah, who
man, now Jamal, you did amazing.
there's going to be a whole episode on that.
You should.
Like, because he was fantastic. He led in such a way. The unity on the worship team, the worship leaders from different churches.
That should be an episode. How do you have unity in worship?
That,
Especially in worship teams.
Yes.
And you brought together people from different churches.
Yes.
Musicians and all that.
and when I say no problems, like just,
None.
I sat in the back of some of those rehearsals and it was just laughter. It was just fun. It was just healing. It was really, when we look at this political climate that we're in and everything that's happening, the economy, it was necessary. I mean, I really think that gave everybody an extra, like, we can do this. We
took
can
their
make
minds off of it.
Yeah.
It takes their minds off. I mean, that's the thing I said about the church right now, or just ministry in general.
Yeah.
Everybody's going through different things in life. And the church, and when I'm talking about the church, I'm not talking about the physical church. I'm not talking about Beulah First Baptist or any other church. I'm like, church collectively, if we don't realize that this is a moment for us to be the church, to encourage one another, to help with healing, to help with the various things that happen in life, we're going to miss it.
Yeah.
We're going to miss it.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, it's so, like, I talked to somebody who couldn't make it. And they were like, what was it like? And I spent more time talking about off stage than the actual
Then
production.
on stage.
And I tell people this
Yeah.
all the time in KOC. Really, the memories that we have are never the show. As
No.
fun as the production itself is, it's the stuff leading to it. It's the time, the camaraderie, the rehearsals.
the hallway.
Yes.
It's the hallway.
Yes. Like,
Yeah.
it is
You talked about it last show. Remember, it's the stuff.
behind.
There's some
that they
pain
don't see.
behind there, right?
Oh,
But there's some healing in there as well.
Yeah.
And then the things that you can glean off of from each other, that's behind the scenes.
yes. There was one day that Pastor Cole called me, and I had a doctor's appointment before I came to the church, and he was like, "Cool, that means you'll go buy Chick-fil-A and pick up lunch. I already paid for lunch for you to eat to ensure that I ate food."
Absolutely.
It was the most funniest but loving thing.
Yeah.
And
Because you were not going to eat.
no, I wasn't.
Exactly.
And then made me sit in the office and eat it.
Yeah. I had to watch you eat it
Like, literally watched me eat
along
food.
the way.
There's
Yes.
a lot of people listening who are probably agreeing with you right now.
I know. Thank you, KOC. You know.
yeah.
I made sure he did not.
Literally.
We're talking about falling out on the floor. And not an inside joke. I was not going to let you fall out on the floor this time. Get home and pass out.
That's real.
Yeah. Fall off the stage at Beulah, be on the Church of Laughs. We
No.
were not.
Yeah.
We
I
were
like-
not doing that.
He was like, "You're gonna sit and you're gonna eat these things," and like, you know how your friends be like joking, but then it's like, this isn't a joke. Like, they're
Yeah,
dead serious.
yeah.
Like, that was that moment. I was like, I'm not even about to fight this one.
No, you did.
Cool.
I appreciate it.
It was super, super loving. And the best part is, it's not over. It doesn't have to end this
Nope.
weekend, because this weekend,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
got Good
So
Friday.
we turn around for the next one, right?
Yes.
You said last time, you always something going on.
always.
But again, what I love about it is in the season and the vein of community as well. We're doing the community 7 Last Words of Christ as this is being taped. So this is tonight at 6:30 there at Beulah First Baptist. You have churches coming together again. We have the community choir. If you were there for us on watch night,
Yes.
where we had the community choir. We have
Yes.
a community dance team as well. So the churches involved for the 7 Last Words are Greg Chapel is going to be involved. You have Beulah. You have Hollywood Church of God in Christ. You have Mercy Seat Ministries. You have Evelina Baptist Church from Crestview. You have St. Mark Baptist Church from Laurel Hill. And we'll have all those ministers that have been assigned a word. And it's going to be an amazing time as we
That's
celebrate. We keep moving our way to the cross. So
That
it's
is
going to be at
awesome.
6:30. Again, just come. And here's what we like. What I want people to know tonight. we also believe about giving back to the community. One of the issues we're going to look at is trying to deal with this homelessness situation, right? We talked about last time, if there are ministries that are already doing well in it, why don't we support them? Right. So anything that's taken up as far as any offering or donations on tonight, we're going to donate and partner with One Hopeful Place.
Okay.
So they can continue to help take care of those who are in the homeless situations here in this area, because it's something that's definitely needed. But it's just so good to have everyone coming together again.
That is. And so for people who can't make it, this will be streamed, right?
Yeah, it will be streamed. You can stream. Right. You can find us on YouTube at Beulah First with the 1 ST. You can look for us on YouTube or on our Facebook page or on our website. If you can, go to www.BeulahFirstBaptist.org, spell out first, and you'll be able to look at it live. So at Beulah First.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
And then if they can't be there and they're streaming, they can still give and support financially.
Absolutely. You can give. Yep. You'll see our Cash App, $BFWB.
BFBFWB. Yep.
Yep. I think that's what it is.
Yep, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You can tell you gave.
I've given.
Thank you so much.
Some things. Amen. Yeah. Totally believe in partnering, because it's not free,
but it'll be there
to help people. So that's really
and
awesome. Likewise,
if you were blessed by the God of miracles, and we gave an opportunity for those who it was a blessing. Thank you all, KOC, because y'all did that free to the public, and y'all don't ask for anything. Y'all just continue to try to be a blessing to the community. But if we can donate back to them, you can at their cash. You can go through Cash App or Zelle. You can look at it. And I'm like, I know yours now.
Yeah.
$, Kingdom Over Castles. And then you can do on Zelle at admin@kingdomovercastles.com.
Yes,
so if you were blessed by it, consider prayerfully and think about it, making a donation to this magnificent ministry that's doing great work, not just in this area, but for the kingdom of God as a whole.
Yeah, no, we definitely appreciate that. We're going to give you guys some strategy on how to go or be healed as you go. Right after this, there's so many things that could happen.
That's a couple of things we can talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll be right back, y'all.
What's going on, Huddle family? It is your boy, Austin. If you want to be a part of this Huddle conversation, having the hard conversations we all need, but nobody wants to have, we have an option for you. Visit kingdomovercastles.com. You can fill out a form and join us live. We would love to have you. And if you listen to us via Spotify or SoundCloud and you live far away, we have a virtual option for you to do that as well. Again, we would love to have you join us in having the hard conversations that we all need, but nobody wants to have. Peace.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Like Austin said, if you are listening and you want to be a part of this conversation, you can just do so by visiting the website, sign up to be a part of the Huddle. We would love to have you on. We would be remiss if we talked about what's happening this weekend, if we talk about community, and we didn't bring up the late, great Dr. Terrence G. Bolger.
Absolutely, man. I forgot to mention that one of the churches is involved is Greater Peace. That was the church in which my friend Dr. Bolger, Terrence. So the jokes you hear us saying, like, God's work is professional. Like, he would always do that. Like, like, don't mess with me when I'm on the app. Like, these little clips and stuff he would always put on. But no, this what came together as we talk about Good Friday tonight. I wanted to take one step back as we look at the watch night that we had. We brought Bishop Thomas in. One of the last things, as before, God gave him his victory and took him home. Me and Terrence was working on trying to bring the community together. And we had a wonderful homegoing for him down at his home church, St. John, down in Panama City. But before he passed, even he was in the hospital. Him and I are texting back and forth on how we can do this event. We're only able to we got the watch night done, to God be glory. So that's part of some of the healing along the way for me after losing a friend, like making sure that happened and seeing all the churches come together for that. So one of my strategies is going to be like, hey, keep moving. Same thing with this Good Friday tonight, right? Yeah. This was something I was taking care of watch night. We were putting it together. Then he was taking care of Good Friday, and we had a whole plan for having some day services and then some night services. But life be life, and so we couldn't make that happen. But to see this come together again is healing for me. Yeah. Because it's like, hey, he was huge on community. He was one of the most progressive pastors here in the area that we had. And to see these things come together that he was still working on before he passed, is healing for me.
Yeah.
But I'll be remiss. Like, Terrence, you are truly blessed. I know you still shouting up there in heaven as the Gators won that NCAA tournament. But greater peace, you are being thought of. You are loved. And your pastor still carries on with a great legacy.
Yeah. Greater peace is definitely family for us. I remember when we first did Deception, the very first time, he called me and we met at Starbucks, and we just laughed and talked. We actually had the same birthday.
Really?
Yeah, we got the same May 5th. And anyway, he invited us to come to the church. He wanted us to play the trailer at the church and talk about what we were doing.
Wow. Okay.
And we did. And then people brought tickets and they all came out to support. And he was such a huge supporter of our work. He was actually one of the first churches to open up outside of my own and just really like embrace what we were doing in the city. Yep. So that's cool. And I totally just respect for you in continuing on, because I know that is not easy. That when you...
So if you come tonight, his wife, Minister Samantha Bolger, she's gonna give one of the words tonight.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
that is amazing. Yeah, I understand what that's like going on without the person, but like hats off to you, because that's huge. That was one of the things that we mentioned. I mentioned it lightly, and I'm not gonna stay on it because I'll cry.
Yep, that's why I'm like, you see me like, yep.
Yeah, this was. The God of Miracles was the last time we got a chance to work with our original sound engineer, Brendan.
Yep.
And his name came up when we were moving in, and I quickly moved on. Like, don't want to talk about that, because this is not, this was the last.
He would have been proud and excited about what y'all did.
Yeah, it was the last project that we got a chance to work with him on, and so I know what that's like when you go on and you imagine certain people being there and they're not, but the courage that it takes and the faith that it takes to go there and to embrace the new people that are there. You know what I'm saying? To embrace the change that God has ordained. That takes a lot of faith. So I totally understand that there. But like I said, there's grace for all of it. As we know,
we honor them by keep moving.
Yeah, because that's what they would want.
Yeah,
that's
you gotta
exactly
keep moving
what they
forward,
want.
continuing on what they would have done.
Yeah, that's what they want. Well, we would not be the Huddle if we did not leave you guys with strategy on how do I move forward? How do I carry on wounded? How do I know that I'm going to get my healing along the way? Of course, number one strategy, as always, is to pray and ask God to give you the strength to keep walking and to keep moving, trusting that your healing will come along the way. That's strategy number one for me.
Strategy number one for me: believe. I had to write this down. Believe in healing that begins invisibly. Yeah. And sometimes you got to understand that the healing is not going to happen overnight. No. It's going to take some internal process and work, and whatever that looks like, whether it be through counseling, whether it be through partnerships or encouragement from others, or just alone time.
Yeah.
Don't stay alone, but sometimes you got to heal inside to deal with you before you can deal with others.
That's true. That's good. For me, I would say be honest with the godly community that God has blessed you with. People don't know what hurts until you tell them. I always say this: God can't heal what you pretend doesn't hurt. Like, if you pretend it doesn't hurt, then you are not allowing the healing process to happen. What will be the point of going to the doctor and saying I feel fine? Because then why did you come? You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times we think that faith is denying reality. It's not. Faith is admitting reality, but also admitting that God is bigger and greater than your reality.
You got to trust him.
Yeah, you have to. So trust him and the God and the people that he sent around you to do so. Yeah.
I think my second will be, we were talking about kind of like this off air, walk it out. Healing is a journey. We talked about where this is based off of is when Jesus healed the lepers. He said, go, show yourselves to the priests. And the Bible says, Luke 17:14, they were healed as they went.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to take that step. You got to walk it out, realize that, hey, they wouldn't have got their healing if they just stayed where they were at.
Yeah.
Like, you can heal yourself, as I talked about, like internally, take that a long time, but you still got to keep moving. And that takes a leap of faith.
Yeah.
That if God's going to heal you, if God's going to help you along this journey, you have to take a step as well.
Yeah.
So walk it out.
Yeah. And that's true. I don't have anything else. Do you have any?
No, I just want to say thanks again, man. This was fun.
Thank you.
I'll be back.
He's going to come back, guys. We're going to pull him in to be a regular on this production. He just doesn't know it yet.
Can I do a takeover?
Sure. Y'all heard that.
I'll do a takeover.
I love that he asked on the air as if I didn't ask him first to do a takeover.
That's not important. You should be happy I'm agreeing. I'm walking it out right now. See the huddle? You see how he's trying to take?
Because I genuinely
you have
asked
no
him,
proof that he has no proof that he asked me that first.
Why don't you do a takeover episode? I think it will bless people. He's like, I'm not doing no takeover episode.
You have no proof of that. He has.
And then here he says.
Right here. He has no proof.
And then
he has no proof.
Baby,
he has no proof. He has no proof.
Well, I want to say thank you for being a guest.
Thank you for having me.
I want to say thank you for last week because it could not have happened. And I want everyone who listens to this show and watches to know weeks like last week does not happen if you don't have somebody who steps up first to be a community advocate, an advocate for the community, and to reach back and find others around them to partner with, because you could have anybody that you guys wanted there. So to decide to bring us in, that is a very humbling experience.
Man, y'all family now. All of TLC. Like, people coming Sunday. I was like, hey, I remember you.
It's a humbling thing. For me as a friend, as close as we are, I have the utmost respect for what it is that you do.
Likewise.
And so it makes you want to show up like, okay, if you throw me the ball, we're going to dunk.
No.
Like,
dude, look out.
Yeah.
Okaloosa County.
Yeah.
Northwest Florida. Oh, the devil's mad.
Oh, for sure.
And we're just getting started.
We're just getting started. This is only the beginning. So I'm super excited that everybody was able to see the beginning. For those of you who missed it, listen, you did miss out on something great, but there's more to come. The best is yet to come.
Absolutely.
We do not have the answer, because I know that's what y'all want us to answer, if the God of Miracles is happening next year. Now, we don't know. We'll ask God. But
it's happening.
It's going to be asked to the Lord.
He spoke to me.
I'm not even going to argue with that, because last time I lost.
Thank you.
God bless all of you. Thank you so much for listening. We love you so much, and we'll talk to you next Friday. I don't know if he's coming back. He might. We'll see.
I'll be back.
This production is brought to you by Kingdom Over Castles, tearing down the walls of separation through the arts.